What's up guys, welcome back to another Kengan Omega chapter review. Today we have chapter 69 titled Our Talon Kick. If you're new here and enjoy Kengan Omega, consider subscribing and joining the Discord to talk about more Kengan greatness. As always, the links are always posted in the Discord, so if you want to get link access, join the Discord as well. And I'll just talk a bit about the situation on my main channel before getting into the review. So I'm still dealing with the strikes are still processing, some have gone through and in the final stage of review, so I'll most likely find out by next week when or what's going to be happening to the channel, whether it's going to be deleted or be Gucci. We'll find out then, but for now, enjoy the review. As a whole, chapter 69 was pretty short, pretty Gucci, and it pretty much covered the continuation of the fight between Rito and Falcon, and some stuff I'm not too happy about near the end of the chapter that I'll discuss in more detail. But based on what occurred during this chapter, I'll safely say chapter 70 will most likely be the end of the fight between Rito and Falcon, with who knows who's going to win. Let me know down in the comments who you have winning, but let's get into the review. So first page is pretty much going over how Falcon was dealing with the injury of the Razor's Edge, as Rito was able to land a direct Razor Edge on Falcon at the end of last chapter, giving him severe blood loss. We get what it seems like more confirmation that Team Purgatory has a lot of information on the Kengan fighters with this page here. In the Kengan matches, there is a fighter who possesses dangerous fingers, a fighter whose grip is so strong he can tear through iron like butter. His name is Rito, so I believe this is what this is saying, is that many of the Team Purgatory or Team Purgatory got a lot of information about Kengan fighters, and this was the information they got about Rito, him having dangerous fingers and his insane grip strength. His technique is called Razor Edge, just showing his bloody hand after his attack on Falcon. We get to see Koga's reaction to it. Holy shit, he turned it around with just one move. With also the arrival of Mr. Canada, very cool, Canada is for sure his name, and Himuro is here too. You got these two badass chads from Ashura returning again after their involvement in training Koga and Ryuki in the early parts of Omega. Giving them a rundown, Canada, going over what happened, how basically Rito is able to counter that. And it hasn't mentioned that Falcon is a first-rate fighter with agility combat-based stuff, but that said, their weight difference, there's just no way that he can deliver a full powerful knockout blow to Rito just based on how much heavier and more muscle Rito has on his body. I'm glad they finally implemented this. Early stages of Kengan, so they didn't really have much talk about the weight of the character and how much impact that has for the fight, so I'm finally glad they're giving this, and this be a reason the way Falcon has been fighting is going for those chip blows that do piercing blood damage, while Rito's, just being a tank and waiting for that one big powerful blow they was able to land. That's why Rito decided to wait for the moment the Falcon attacked, so he's guard his vital points and then go for his attack. Very cool. We got Koga's actually learning here, realizing that that was the reason Rito was leaving his elbows apart to much lure Falcon in so he could go for the strike after he comes an opening. And it shows that Koga is getting more understanding and becoming more like the Kengan fighters, having more knowledge and fully understanding how the fights are taking place and learning new things as well. We got more information about how Rito was able to keep his brain intact from shaking too much from the blow he received. So from Koga, watching all these top Kengan fighters fight, I'm for sure going to assume that he's going to improve a lot from just watching this, getting new ideas, and I can't wait to see more Koga after the tournament, how much he's going to improve just from watching some of these insane fights and what moves they do, and fully understand everything that it takes to be part of the Kengan Association. We got some Rito talking shit. What's the matter? Stop moving around, got to talk that shit after landing that blow. Classic Rito, him laughing at everything. We got Falcon in a monologue going over his injury, how it's causing severe blood loss to him. If this fight drags on too long, I will surely lose, so he knows he needs to speed up the fight. Now Rito slowly closing in the distance, talk about a perfect role reversal. Yeah, that's it, just hold it still a bit longer. Rito going into attack to most likely finish it. We get to see two members of Team Purgatory talk. We got the guy with the marks, Tarashi, and the Naden, I think his name is. He mentioned that there's 5 minutes to make that Falcon will be able to stay in due to his blood loss, and they mentioned blood loss and how around 5 minutes is all that's left in the fight. That's why I assumed that next chapter will most likely be the end of the fight, and based on how this chapter goes on from here, the fight sped up and it's probably just going to go into an all-out brawl near the end. The Falcon still has an ace in the hole, they have faith in Falcon. We see him leaning over, getting ready for a attack. He ends up jumping in the air and going for his ninja art, our Talon Kick, always staying with his, weeb greatness. And we see Rito going for a Razor's Edge attack on him, but is able to miss because Falcon jumped in the air and pierces his hand with his big toe. Falcon has those dinosaur-esque hands and legs. He's able to pierce Rito's hand with just one little stab from his big toe. Did he just jump over, and then he continues to stay in the air, jumping off Rito while landing multiple blows on him as he's able to stay in the air? What is this guy, a bird? He's not coming down. We got Wakatsuki in the corner pretty much going over what's happening. We got Kano as well getting commentary, so that technique lets him stay airborne while using his opponent as a stepping tool. And then Wakatsuki mentioning a karate practitioner he used to know that was mentioned, I believe, earlier parts of our show, going over who he defeated. I believe one of them was a karate practitioner who he mentioned used a similar technique to this. I'm still enjoying Wakatsuki and Kano Agito, just chilling always next to each other for Team Kangen. As we know, Wakatsuki wanted that revenge during Ashura. His main goal of the Kangen Annihilation Tournament was to defeat Kano Agito and get his revenge after being defeated by him in the past. But now they seem on good terms and friends. While Falcon is in the air, Rito is able to grab the leg of Falcon and slam him onto the ground. We see blood going everywhere from Falcon's part coming out of his mouth. Don't need to tell me twice, I got you now. Rito seems to have the big advantage here, but while grabbing his leg, he sees Falcon's leg and his nails, and then starts to, what it seems like, to lose consciousness, with him needing to put his hand on his head and go onto his knee. Falcon's able to get up straight away after being slammed to the ground. Oh, what's wrong for Rito? Is he staggering? That's from the commentators. He's probably still reeling from that hit in the jaw. And then we get another ninja art from Falcon. Ninja art, Toxic Avenger. You've defeated my misdirection and sidestep, so this is my last resort. Have at thee. And it's still saying with his Shakespearean ninja talks. And we learn about the technique that Falcon used on Rito when he was in the air. Yao Ziao, a kind of training in Chinese Kung Fu. The method is incredibly simple. The handle is simply soaked in a pot of poison. After years of training, they develop a hand or foot coated in poison. This is a real style known in Japan as poison hand, and the Falcon used this type of training on his big toes to make them poison. I assume very similar to the character in Bucky, part of the prisoners who had his hands soaked in blood and had injured Bucky, where he had to get the revival during the Rotai tournament, all that. So I believe it's the same method that was used here, but Falcon only used it on his toes. And this is the part at the start of the video that I mentioned I'm not really happy with. The idea of using poisoning in the Kangen verse or in Kangen matches, even though it's purgatory rules, I still don't see it as the best thing for the story, and I'm kind of not too happy about this. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the view of using poison. I kind of consider it cheating, I do consider it cheating, so let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the use of poison from Falcon's part. There's some explanation going over how the poison is weak, that it takes a long time to affect unless it enters the bloodstream from multiple points. That's what Falcon's able to do, so it takes around a minute to cause effect, and I assume it pretty much knocked him out or makes his muscles not being able to move. This relaxes his muscles completely. And then Falcon going over how he is the victor, and that is the end of the chapter. So again, and what are your thoughts on this poison? I am not happy with this, and if Falcon's able to get the victory due to this poison, which I don't think he will. I think with the 1 minute Rito has, he's going to be able to pull off something and maybe even knock him out of the arena or something along those lines. But if he doesn't win and Rito loses because of this poison, I'm going to be even more disappointed of what happened to Gaolang with the knockout from Carlos. And the idea of the use of poison in the Kangenverse, especially in these Kangen-esque tournament matches, even as mentioned, purgatory rules are different, but still using poison, even though it's like part of your body from years of training, I still don't think it's the best thing for the story, and I'm not too thrilled about this. But as a whole, the fight was good. Rito was pretty much going to win. He had a clear advantage, but Falcon got more serious and, as shown, got desperate, similar to how Carlos got desperate at the end of his fight against Gaolang. Once Gaolang fully worked out his moveset and his pattern of fighting, he started dominating him and then baited him towards the end of the ring to get a ring out. But that's more logical and part of the rules, and pretty much his big brain energy from Carlos. But this using poison, this is not the best thing. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments of this chapter. Let me know your thoughts of the review, and that's it guys. Peace.